Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab where I do what I do for you. Well, I spend too much time out here, but it's all good. Let's go. Rightism, 24 rules to live by. Storytelling, story with a message. There's a message in the story for life. I give you life lessons. You tune in to receive them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's do what we do. Right thinking mission, and that's what I'm on, is to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment by any means necessary. Some you like, some you don't. Don't make a difference to me. I use them all. Let's go. Right thinking way of life through mental and spiritual discipline. Practice daily will help and guide you to obtain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. My mission, that all right thinkers know thyself. If you're a right thinker, your goal is to know thyself. You see where we're going with this? Let's get that together. So I ask the question, do you know you? You will when I'm through, but it's rhetorical. And if you don't have an answer for yourself, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not, and knows not that they know not, is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple, but you can teach them. That's why I do what I do for you. Appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got more for you. A person who knows not and believe and think that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows and knows not that they know is spiritually asleep. I can awaken them. That's what I do for you. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these people is going to be reside in you. Right thinkers, know thyself. And to my yacht, be true. I'm trying to get you to understand how to harness your cosmic forces. That's where we at right now, the Tree of Life, the book. I bring it back. Trying to teach you how to not just learn about them, but implement them, become them, and you'll see how they work for you too. So right thinkers, let's talk about learning to use the cosmic forces. How? With daily practice, like I do. Give it to you. You can do the same thing too. So I stopped off at telling you about, talked about her, learning about the God I set. Sharing her glories, her sorrows. She has some. She went to learning her and putting her in your concept, your aspect, your character. You become like her. Why? You're going to be a good person. You're going to take care of things. And you're going to go through some things, but you're going to deal with them like she did, like a trooper. So now, of course, now, at this point, if you have reached, that's the goal, a certain level of what? Self-mastery. And you're only going to reach that level through mastering each one of these God and goddess aspects. That's the name of the game. It attract is what? You attract the goddess herself to you by emulating her. She recognized that and she did acquiesce. Understand this. Watch this. So now, and you harness her powers. And then you can what? You can do goddess work. If you're married, take care of your spouse. If you're a mother, take care of your children. You're a teacher, you teach. See where I'm going with this? Male or female, the aspects of it don't make a difference who's portraying it. And that kind of work, watch this, that the goddess does, for example, what is it? If you want to destroy evil, I was evil, so I know what evil is. I ain't big on evil. I'm more bigger on knowing thyself. So it's another goddess for that. But let's talk about the evil god. You want to destroy evil. You now have to perpetuate that divinity. Meaning what? That you have to use the power to do just that. And the cosmic force that has the power to do that is who? Do you know? I know you don't. And the cosmic force that has the power to do that with what? Fire from Ra. Physical force, energy, is of the what? You ready? The feline, the lioness energy, a.k.a., of course, that is the goddess, my girl, Sekhmet. Oh, she's a bad mama jammer too. And see, every one of these goddesses and every one of these aspects of your character is good in their own right. That's what makes them the best. And when you do that, that's what makes you your best self. That's all. It's all aspects. And all philosophical and metaphorical, but in symbolic. Sekhmet is what? Sekhmet is that aspect. She's the aspect of who? Het Haru, female energy, like Haru, who is an aspect of, again, we got the creators, Nat and Mehert, other goddesses that I told you about a while ago. I ain't got time to go through them right now, but they are all connected together. And if you want, watch this, if you want to use wisdom to what? To overcome your adversity in life, then that is who? Yeah, my girl, I said. If you understand her philosophy, whenever a situation comes upon you, an adverse situation, you're going to handle it with dignity and respect. Okay? Like my grandmaster of the Masonic order, when the ruffians told him, give me the secret or we're going to take your life, he said, my life, you can take. My integrity, never. Okay? So what's inside you, man can't take. Okay, your life, yeah, you can take that. Moving on, that's the concept. And watch this. Nevertheless, all are these aspects of the ultimate goddess forms of Nat and Mehert, and thus they are led, what? They lead you, the aspirant, to what? To the ultimate. Top of the head, that's the ultimate right here. We all start down here. Ain't many of us at the ultimate. That's the concept. I need to get that in right quick. That's why I deal with the pyramid. Why? This means intellect. This means ignorance. Get the picture? Moving on. I'm trying to get you up here. That's my point. And watch this. When you have the ultimate discovery of knowing thyself as well, as well as the victory over what? Your lower self, your lower nature that you're trying to rise above. When you do that, that's the victory that Christ kept telling y'all about since you want to be Christian. Okay, he told you to get the victory of what? The sect, the evil self. Y'all call him the devil, whatever. Sorry. But the forces of egoism and the degraded mind that comes with that white man is set. I break that down for you later. I can tell you. But yeah, he is evil. Why? He harbors anger. He distributes hatred. And he is also greedy. And if it ain't about him, he's very jealous. And if you're doing something better than him, he's envious, etc. Doesn't that sound familiar? That somebody we about to put in the White House? All those are qualities of the devil. Okay, all those are devilish qualities. I'm giving you God qualities, but I'll just show you the damn devilish ones too. And they permeate just like the good ones. And for us to be that, moving on, this ain't about that. This is about harnessing your skills. I got another lesson for him. But which constantly what? Thwarts a soul's attempt to what? To attain spiritual enlightenment. Your ego don't want you to leave it. Your ego don't want you to put him under your control. Why? He wants to be in control. Most of us live their life just that mentality. Okay? Now, and it what? Where you at? The ego is degraded mind, anger, and it throttles all attempts of spiritual enlightenment, meaning it's not going to let you know yourself. It's going to do everything it could to keep you from doing just that. And are you beginning, right thinkers, followers, listen, are you beginning to understand how this process works? I'm trying to explain it to you best I can. It's a process that once you understand it, once you implement it, once you practice it and master it, it's worth it. Trust me. Moving on. And once you have, again, gathered all those forces together through your rituals and after your studies of what? Listening, reflecting, and meditating. Your uttering of the chants, words of power, heka, etc. That's your morning prayer, your morning meditation, your routine. Routine is considered a religion. Why? Because you follow it daily. That's what I say, right? Thinking ain't a religion. It's a philosophy that you live. So you can put it in that category. I don't care, but that's what you say. Then watch this. When you do this, then you might unleash what? That power towards anything. They tell you if you can conceive it, you can achieve it. When you believe it, it's going to happen. That's the power. I just gave a lesson about belief. But if you are unscrupulous, that means you're a lower nature person, okay? Then what's going to happen? You're going to unleash that power towards the ends that feed what? Your own egoistic desires, be they of the flesh, be they monetary, but you're going to serve yourself. Sound familiar? You know some people like that? And again, if you don't know somebody like that, you might have to look in the mirror. Reality check. And watch this. Now, of course, what's going to happen? When the netters see that, they're using their attention for selfish gains, what happened? Then that action now is going to be turned on you. Called karma. And use what? events that will now go against you, what? Your ultimate desires. And guess what? Because you think you're getting over, like your boy TDJ, all those years he was perpetrating, but all that came to a screeching halt. Your boy P. Diddy, 30 years, came to a screeching halt. When reality sets in, and if you're lying has an expiration date. That's why truth is eternal. That's why it's the ultimate. Knowing thyself, knowing who you are, that's the truth. That way, what? When the physical body ends, you can go on back home and stop this game. Okay, what? Earth is for guys to come to learn who they are. How about that? I got that philosophy from my man, Bobby Hammond. Makes sense. I understand it. And we all teach the philosophy and concept, use analogies that we think the best fit the crowd. And again, you got to play to the people who you're talking to so they can understand where you're coming from. I do what I do, he do what he do. Everybody do it the same way. But the fact that we're doing it and those who follow us should get the benefit of that. But even if you watch this, even if you may seem to get away with it, and you do for a while in the beginning, and even for a period of time, I just told you what happens. Now, if you use it for proper means, for proper goals, those same cosmic forces will what? Will be with you. And the gods and goddess will approve and assist you in what? In the extent that is possibly based on what? Your own level of evolution of your spiritual needs. Based on what you know, how much you know, and what you got to do. That may be what? In conflict with your apparent righteous desires. Again, all you fakers. You're going to reach a point where, yeah, the jig is up. Okay, that's when your personal desires, all the stuff, come to a screeching halt, and the truth is about to be laid before you, and you're going to be responsible for those actions. Now, that's karma. That's why what is better not to indulge in these things. Why? Unless you are secure in your what? Self-knowledge. If you don't know you're a good person, all my life, I did bad things. I tell my mother, she said, baby, you wasn't bad. I said, no. I was a good person just doing bad things. I knew that. I knew that much. I really knew that much. So when I became a good person, it fit perfect. Now I'm, okay, this is what I should have been a long time ago. Moving on. But that's the idea. Depending on what level you are with your self-knowledge and how secure you are in what your position, which means being secure in your virtue, your righteousness, through what? Purification. By how? Living and acting through. It's been Maya since I learned that philosophy for 30 years. It's been Maya for me the whole time, okay? So when you live through that, it's going to benefit you. I'm living proof. So she lives by what? Order and truth. Those two things are what I stand on, okay? If there's no order and no truth, count me out. Why? I don't have nothing to do with that. That's why. There's no good there. There's nothing going to be good from that. Simple. If you are an unrighteous person, not meaning you don't go to church. No, you're just a sneaky person and you have an agenda. Every time you deal with somebody, you have an agenda to get something from them. That's an unrighteous person. Your intentions are never good except for yourself. And a person who is not secure in what? Their righteousness and a virtue, there are a very good chance what? That person will use these forces for negative means. Well, the force just the force. You control it to your own end. They're good. Again, I just showed you. But every time you think you can get away with doing wrong, you're going to have to pay for that transgression. Trust me. And in the end, and that will what? Lead you to what? A greater degradation later on. You're going to have to suffer the pains and consequences of your actions when it was all good. Yeah, I partied, I did my thing. But that 3 years of sitting back thinking about it every day, was it worth it? Hell no. So for all the people who I'm trying to instruct, you don't want that. Why? It ain't good. Why? It wasn't good when I went through it. I ain't give it to you. Leave. Watch this. Now, even though in this present lifetime, right now, a negative act may seem that it's going to pay off for you. Yeah, you got the big house. You're going to make dividends. Why? Because you got the what? Dividends. And you might get what? The big house. You even get rich. Billionaire style. Okay, I got a lesson for that coming up too. But eventually, what happened? Those ill-gotten gains turns into what? Sorrow. If you seen that face behind prison, you said, ain't the same God. Why? Because he ain't wearing that braggadocious, that ego. Okay, he wearing humble, meek, and man, life will humble you. Don't worry about man getting him. He get his, and it leads to what? With sorrows, worries. That what? That keeps you from having peace in life, and this goddess misconnect. Oh, wait a minute, I missed it. Worries. Oh, sorry about that. That prevent mental peace, which is what? The truly valuable attainment in life. If you're not at peace with yourself, it don't make a difference what you got, how much you got. It still ain't doing you no good. You get the concept? That's my fault. That's my concept, excuse me. And later, what happened? After you suffering and not finding what? True peace in life, then you realize, oh, well, man, duh. But this is the goddess Mishkanet, and she represents karma, okay? In the aspect of Mayat, which is controlling what? Future births. Mishkanet is there. She's the birthing chair. She's there when you come into the world. She's there when you go out. Why? Because she's going to set up next time. Hope you get a better opportunity to change your lifestyle and better yourself. Why? We here to learn what? Thyself, who we are. And they send you back. There you go. She's the one that send you back with reincarnation. You got a guy for that too. Got us for that. And what's this? What's this? And you may not like where you end up. It ain't your choice. When your mother and father got together, you didn't pick and choose. What? Ain't got nothing to do with you. Once you come here, once you come down that tube, but your mom come out to the world, you become a player in this game we call life. How about that? And she directs what? By the gods. She's directed by the gods, a.k.a. Maya, which is order and truth. Tahuti, which is God's heart and mind, which is want the best, and others to what? All of them get together to send you where you need to go for what? Right here. Experience what? In human form, what they decreed that you need to experience in order to grow as a what? Spiritual being. That's what we are, having a human experience. A lot of us aren't aware of that. I'm just trying to make you aware. That's it. That's my job right there. My mission is to get you aware of who you are. And I just use other means to do that. But that's all I got. That's my agenda. I ain't hidden. I'm making it known to you what I'm doing. I'm trying to help you. And this what? This now can involve this process, which is after death. And then what? Follow you into reincarnation. Your spirit has a little memory, which may what? Involve what? Even more suffering as well as more opportunities for redemption. The spirit is in the body. It don't control the mind of the body that it's in. So it's along for a ride. But if the body follow Mayat, that ends up in a better way. So now you need to be what? Humble. Told you. Man, no. God takes care of that. And when you met that personal understanding, you just met your maker. It ain't always good, but it's going to humble you. Why? Because you thought it was all about you. Oh, yeah, no. But watch this. Now, watch out. Why? Because you are going to get experiences that, you ready? That's going to humble you. Understand that, but wait a minute. No, it's some more come with that. You can trust and believe that what? It will be painful experience. Oh, you're going to suffer. Suffer means pain. Oh, yeah. One way or another. And that path of what? Most ignorant and the arrogant is the path of what? No, they call it hard knocks. Why? Because you get your head bashed every time. Boom, same thing. Boom, until you what? Learn your lesson. We should call it, ass whoopers. Why? A sore ass, a hard head make a sore ass. But if you tax that butt, the head start getting a little smarter. Why? It's getting tired of getting taxed. That's just common sense, human nature. But we can't even tax it no more. So moving on. We got to do it all mentally. I ain't got a problem with that. If it works, go for it. Other countries are using it, and we hating on them for just that. Why? If it's working, we should practice it. Excuse me. I still got another page and a half of information. I'm going to get this whole lesson in. How about that? So I hope you're ready. Let's go. So now going through all this, and if you have elevated, again, yourself through what? Righteous and virtuous living and daily meditation and prayer to a state above what? Your awakened state. You have elevated yourself to what? Now they call it the astral plane. Meaning everything now is mental. Everything's up here. It ain't got to do it from neck down. That's the part you got to understand. That's the astral plane. And Tahuti, they call him Hermes Trismegistus. That means he's great in the tire plane, the physical, the astral, and the casual. So he's good at every level. That's what you want to be just like him, okay? Be able to handle the physical world, the waking state, the unconscious state, and the deep sleep state. Those are levels that you should be conscious of, and we don't have a clue, but just trying to explain it to you, I do. And you have the astral plane, and when you're experiencing whatever happens, watch this, because that would change the experience from a vision, which is opposite of a dream where one remains aware, but it is a dream world, and one does not get caught up in what the happenings, and actually one can actually control his dream world and shape it according to his or her will in other worlds in one mind. Again, in one's mind, what's this? As the creator, sustainer, and destroyer. You have the control of all those things within yourself. In essence, you are the all-encompassing divinity, the nurture, which is the absolute master. But you don't know that. You have to become aware. My job is to help you with that. And through dreams and not being aware of it while you're in the dream world, that's the astral plane, the mental side, through ignorance. When you're ignorant, watch this, and loss of your higher awareness, why? Because we fell from spirit into matter. One fall from you being a master of yourself to now being a servant of your ego self. And you become a slave to the world of illusions created by your own ignorance, fears, desires, weaknesses, and your delusionary aspect of what and who you are, because you don't know because of the ego self, okay? And this is not to be allowed. The discipline of the higher mysteries is designed to stop and reverse this and prevent this concept of living. Why? We just keep going around and around and around. The greatest prevention is unenlightened consciousness of self. For when the dark room, your mind like a dark room, and when it's lit up with knowledge, there's no place for the darkness, which is ignorance, to hide, the delusion. They can't remain. So that's the whole idea, waking up, cutting lights on. The light going ding, knowledge. That's opening up, cutting lights on. When you're in the dark, you can't see. Lights on, you see everything that's in there. That's the concept. And it's all mental. And when the lights come on, ding, 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 a dark room is lit up with light, and there is no place for darkness to hide. But if it's just a little bit of light, you got a little candle, you got a little bit of light, but guess what? It illuminates only parts of your mind. So again, ego is a little bit of light. Okay? Yeah, it ain't dark, but it's a little bit of light. And you think that's good enough. No. Why? Because the light there is no place, it comes to the same, the illuminating part of the room. There's always seen to be some other, unknown. You don't have total knowledge of self. You don't have self-mastery. So there's always going to be something that you don't know about yourself. Hope you understand this. Lurking in the darkness, that's where it is. But in that room, your mind, still up here, hope you're with me, there is only what you have put in there. Remember when Luke went into the cave? Okay? The dark side? You going in there, he said, you're only going to bring whatever you bring in. If you go in peace, you'll be dealt with in peace. But if you bring that weapon, you're going to have to use it. Sound familiar? Always. So if you're armed, be ready to fight. That's all. Mentally, spiritually, whatever you want. But it ain't all physical. And whatever you put in, which turns out to be nothing. Why? When you shine the light of wisdom, here you go, from experience and knowing, now you are your spirit is up. That means it's awakened. It knows. So if you remain awake, meaning you're purified and fearless, you don't have no fear. Remember, I got God with me. Ain't no fear. Okay, back to that, I had a gun. I had a little fear that might get the jump on me, but with God, no fear. So you have You have now direct contact with the presiding deities, aka gods of the cosmic forces that you have practiced and learned. And now what happened? You can even converse with them. I'm gonna stop right there. I got another page and have information that I can do, but that's the lesson. You need to learn to harness your cosmic force. I keep telling you, right thinkers, use the force. That's the lesson. I'm having fun. I'm enjoying this. Hope you enjoyed it. In closing, right thinkers, may y'all let it be 100, me 100 minus a day. So I never know my right thinkers have passed away. I'll be right back, though.